for Lesson 2, Round to Estimate Products. To estimate products, which is what we call a multiplication problem, we're going to round the factors to their greatest place value. When we round to estimate products, however, if you have a single digit, we are not going to round that number. We will only round numbers that are 2 digits or higher. So let's look at example 1. There are passenger trains in the world that can travel at 267 miles per hour. About how far can a train travel in 3 hours? Estimate 3 times 267. The reason we know to estimate, by the way, is it says about how far. So that word about, remember, is our clue that we are estimating. We are not going to round the 3, because it's a single digit, but we are going to round 267 to its greatest place value. That means we're going to round to the hundreds place, because the hundreds place is our biggest number. And then we're going to use basic facts and the patterns like we learned in our last lesson. So let's start by rounding 267. To round 267 to the 2, or to the 100th, we're looking at the 6. The 6 tells me that I need to round up. So instead of a 2, I'm going to have a 3. Everything else is going to be a 0. So 267 rounded is 300. Now I can use those basic facts that we were talking about to multiply this mentally. 3 times 3 is 9, and then I have my 2 zeros. So my answer is 900. To which place was the 267 rounded? Well, it was rounded to the hundreds place, and we rounded it up. So the train can travel about 900 miles in 3 hours. Let's take a look at another one. Estimate 8 times 2,496. Well, we're not going to round the 8 because it's a single digit, but we will round the 2,496. Then we'll multiply and find the patterns. Okay, so let's start with 2,496. Remember, it said we're rounding to our greatest place, which is the thousands. So we'll look at the hundreds. The hundreds place has a 4. If we remember our rules for rounding, 4 means that I round down. When I round down, my number stays the same. It does not go lower than the number that's already there. Then everything else becomes a 0. So now I've got 2,000. And I can multiply. 8 times 2 is 16. And then I had 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. 16,000. So 8 times 2,496 is about 16,000. Lacey's older brother is going to a 4-year college. The cost of his tuition is $8,562 each year. About how much will 4 years of college tuition cost? Again, they said about, so we're going to round. Estimate 4 times 8,562. Round to the greatest place value, then multiply. 8,562. We're rounding to the greatest place value, so we're looking at the one right to its right. We have a 5. Rules tell us with a 5 or higher, we round up. So now instead of an 8, I have a 9. And the rest are all zeros. 4 times 9,000. 4 times 9 is my simple basic math fact. That's 36. And then I'm going to add my zeros. So since 8,562 rounded to 9,000, the estimated product, the answer to a multiplication problem, is 36,000. So tuition will cost about $36,000. Now on the guided practice, they're doing the same thing except we're adding one more step. So I do want to take a look at those. We're going to start by rounding our number. 870. 870. We're rounding to the biggest place value. So we're looking at this. 7 tells me I need to round up. This is closer to 900 than it is to 800. And then 9 times 9, my simple math fact, and my 2 zeros. Okay, that's the same as what we've been doing. The extra step here is they want to circle whether the estimate is greater than or less than the actual product. Here is the simple way to know this. If you rounded up, which we did, then our estimate is going to be bigger than the actual number because we rounded up. We gave it more. If you round down, like we did up here, that estimate would actually be less because we took away some of what was there when we rounded down. That will be the easy way to know. If you need extra practice, go to the independent questions on the next page in your math book. Otherwise, go to your homework and show me what you know.